Hello everybody, and welcome to today's stream. One moment while I should have done this before I went live, but I'm going to do it live because fuck it, we ball. I just need to take some dishes away. All right. Okay. So, I am going to need to buy another bottle. I am realizing I need to buy another bottle. Yes. So, no biggie ball tonight, because I want to enjoy my steak and potatoes. And, yes. So, let me just move some things off my desk before we swap screens to what we are doing. As some of us may know, the Jeff Keighley's Game Awards have the nominees have been made. Stop that timer. The nominees for Jeff Keighley's Game Awards have been made. So that means that I need to make some guesses. He did 29 categories this year. 29 categories. That's a good amount of categories, I will say. It's a very good amount of categories. Delicious. Oh my God. I've actually killed the bottle. All right. Took me about a year and a half, 2 years to finish a bottle by myself. But that's fine, I guess. Let's see. Yep. What? Yes. So, yeah, the Game Awards or TGAs have been, the nominees have been made. Let me just real quick before I swap over to that screen. When I was trying to view it today, the nominees site just would not go up. It refused to load. So I guess so many people are voting at the moment that it's just crashing the site. And as I try to view the nominees right now, it is still refusing to load up. Oh. Can I just click around and... No, I cannot. No, I cannot. That's okay. Because earlier today, I went through his announcement video on YouTube. And I wrote down every single nominee that he made in that. Oh, it's kind of working. Not really well, but it is kind of working. But I've already gone through his video and made a quick list for us to use. So, Oh, it's kind of working now. Oh, it's kind of working now. It's just really slow. That's all it is. It's exceptionally slow. This is good steak. This is a real good steak, actually. I'm happy. Probably could have took it off a little earlier, but it's fine. Okay. So, I guess we can wait until people show up in the chat. Let's go ahead and move over to something. Solo desk cam, PC content. Forgot to hit that. And I guess we can try and do a little mega bonk. Yeah. I'll do a little bit of mega bonk. Let's try calcium. I haven't done calcium that many runs, so we'll try him out. All right, let's load up. You know what? Damage. Projectile count. I don't want to use the suck thing yet. That's Ghost. We'll see what's in the shop. I'll take Aura. I'll take an early Aura. Key guy, Golden Glove to help with my money. Oh yeah. Now the money's coming in. Moldy cheese, I'll take. Take this. Oats. We'll take the damage tome level 2. Map, okay. There's a bunch of chests down there. I don't quite have enough money to go on a spending spree. Who's down here? Combat challenge? Sure. Free item. Golden glove. Summon the challenge. Go and take this nuke. Awesome. Movement speed. No, I'll refresh that and I'll take the aura. Borger. I'll take precision tome and I'll just focus on crits and stuff. Demonic blade. Ooh. Now that is actually going to go really well with our crit tome. Take extra damage. I'll take more bones. I'm actually not sure of what my third weapon should be. Just health behind me. Ooh. Activate this. Take more aura. And ghost. Now I'll suck. What is this? I don't think I've ever experienced a gold damage. Ooh, those are good. I'll take more luck. I'll take Fire Staff, actually. Yeah, I think Fire Staff's actually a pretty good way to go. Projectile speed. Time bracket. Evasion. Jump higher and further. Awesome. Okay. Crit chance. Just double down on all of that. Free chest. Chunkums are now in. More luck. Moldy cheese is always nice. Ouch. Fire staff would be really good. Yeah, we'll take fire staff as a third weapon. XP gain. I took a big hit there. Damage. Oops, nice. Okay. Where are we going now? Here, probably be decent. What are we getting? I'll take more aura. Life steal. That's exactly what I want. I wanted a way to start healing myself. I'm definitely going to need 6 minutes. It's a little early. It's a little early to get to the boss portal, so we're just gonna head on over to this next shrine and open it up. Swarm, we can probably handle this one. More life steal. More ghosts. Probably not a bad idea to get these Awardo power up. Get to the south side of the map. Fortunately, I don't really have... I'll take bone. Slurp gloves. Slurp them up. Moldy cheese. Kind of wish I had a, that's a really good crit chance. But kind of wish I had a, double jump. Or extra jumps, rather. I evaded the damage by gravity. Only in Mega Bonk. More damage. Take that for more better music. 4 minutes. I got time. Duration or size? I think size is going to be a little bit nicer for this. Let me take a bite. So yeah, we're gonna take size. Damn it! extra jumps. That's what I want. Crit damage is higher. Probably take this last shrine before going to the boss. I got time. I got time. Crit chance. Projectile counts. Ooh. Ah. Not my favorite. Honestly, not my favorite. Blue hat guy, what you got? Earn money while moving. Alright, there is a free box down here that I can get. Love it. Damage tome is up. Steak. More ghosts. Okay. Okay. I had a run before where I had so many ghosts stacked up that I started the boss portal, and the boss basically got nuked by it. 714. We're gonna save up for, before we get to the boss, we're gonna save up for 714, and I already have 714. Holy shit. Give me the spicy meatball. Storm's incoming. We got less than 3 minutes to kill the boss. Give me more damage. Another item. Lovely. Little Bark is just nuked. Aura. Fire staff. Aura. Ooh. Crit chance. Fireball. Damage tome. Damn. I'm gonna let this play out and then I'll go through the portal. Precision tome. Yeah, we're good. Enter the portal. Alright, free item. We're out of the bat. Dragon Fire. Increase evasion ring. Sure. Can't get back up there easily, can I? Projectile count. Chest. Loot item. That kind of hurts me. It's a little early for a stock, but you know, I don't think I'm ever coming back to this side of the map again. I need wrenches. I need wrenches. Should have done the crit on that, actually, instead of more health. That way. That's the way out. I'm gonna head up here. Oh my god, I have so much air. Alright, there is a shrine that we'll take. Okay. Size. because we have aura, we want big size. Damage tome. Ooh, got special sauce. Where are we going? Alright, we need to go up here for the shrine. That is a challenge shrine. We'll take and instantly just kill it. Oops. We have a very healthy skeleton. Pickup range, actually. Chunkum is here. Chunkum is dead. This is what I'm talking about with the ghost thing. I have so many ghosts. Like, when special bosses like Chunkum appear, they die right away. Ooh! That's good. That's good. We're a bit late in the run, but that's gonna be extra jumps. Alright, that is the boss portal. Good. Lifesteal. You know what? I'll go ahead and make the difficulty more harder. Luck. Forbidden juice. Ooh. Damage tome. That's a free item. Battery. These challenge things might as well be free items with how little of a challenge they are. Idle juice, never gonna really get a good chance of that. More batteries. A beacon, sure. Plug. Now it's just insane. Oh, double shrine. Double shrine. Shield. Why not? Armor. Why not? Size is pretty good. Yeah. Luck. Eventually those keys will work. Alright, now, you know, I think we're pretty good. Take damage tome, take precision tome there. We'll take the aura. I'll take more fireballs. Take more fireballs, precision tome, damage. We're gonna head south, projectile count. Ooh, pink hat guy, what have you got? Ooh, pink hat guy, what have you got? I need $1,300, okay. Come on, enemies, start spawning so I can kill you and get money. I'm in a hole here, actually. I don't want to stay in the hole. of that. We're almost there. Aura 200. Luck. Come on, baby. Give me money. Bone. Legendary. Projectile bounces 3. 1800. 3 minutes left. I don't think I'm going to be able to buy that guy's legendary or mythic item. Am I? Damage tome. Ah, hell. You know what? You know what we'll do? You know what we'll do? Oh my god! +1 proc on hit. Chadbark is basically defeated. Ah, damn it. I'm like what? 200 bucks away from this? But I don't need it. I don't need it. I may have made a mistake by getting so far away from the boss altar. Oh shit, it's not. Oh yeah, wait, no, it doesn't matter because I can't leave tier 2. Yeah. Now it's just a game of survival. So yeah, I can totally buy that guy's thing. Give me the mirror, actually. Oh, here come the Heartless. Fireball. Oh my god, they are just trouncing through me. And I'm not dead yet. Oh, Zawardo. Oh, I just ran myself into... I'm fucking dead. I'm fucking dead now. I'm fucking dead now. Yep. Exactly 2 minutes! Awesome. Five quests done. Let's get my silver. The shop. More tomes. Yes, please. Robinette. I'll take more characters over anything else. And the new item is Bob. Survival of a Found Swarm for 2 minutes. Sure. I don't know what Bob does, but Bob was worth a lot of money. So, hello, Rock Girl. I just noticed that you're in chat. How are you doing? Because you banned that guy. Freaking bots. Jeff Keighley has released his Game of the Year stuff.
Another stream bot.
Mm-hmm. Stream boot is a big thing. So, what we're doing tonight is, the main thing that I'm doing tonight is choosing my guesses for Jeff Keighley's nominees. This will, of course, as we said before, play into the stream that
I have a feeling I won't know any of these.
There's a couple you might. Just in terms of their name. But, the way that we're going to be doing it is, I've already gone through, made a fancy looking picture that has a lot of stuff and all the nominees on it for every single category. We're going to go through this, and I'm going to choose which one I believe is my number 1 pick. I'm going to choose my number 2 pick, and I'm going to choose my number 3 pick as per the rules I laid out. The rules being, actually, I can just pull up my little art document, because I put the rules on here. So, if my number 1 pick for a category wins, I get a veto. I get off scot-free, and I get a veto to use on other punishments during the punishment wheel. If my number 2 is picked, 1 spin is added that I have to do with the wheel. If my number 3 was picked, 2 spins have to be added. And if none of my top 3 choices were picked, 3 spins have to be added. Additional spins, of course, can be purchased between the dates of December 11th and December 21st via 1 sub on Twitch will get you 1 spin. 250 bits on Twitch will get you another spin. And the equivalent of $2.50 USD will get you 1 spin. No conversion shenanigans where you'd be like, Snarf, I donated 16 million kwacha. Yeah, you're spinning from now until fucking 2030. There are, of course, other stipulations that are on the site where you add lists. Everyone's been reading them every single time that you add a thing. I trust. If not, oh well. And that says what kind of punishments can be, but that is not relevant for this list and items. So, let's start from the bottom with best esports team, and we're going to work our way all the way back to Game of the Year.
Started at the bottom, now we here.
We definitely started at the bottom, like my farm in Coral Valley. Started at the bottom, and I haven't moved much. God. Come on, Jeff Keighley, make a site that works.
Again, we should totally do a multiplayer farm.
That would be fun. Okay. So, best esports team.
I will force you to actually interact with people.
That was just all gristle. All right. Best esports team. I don't know any of these teams. I'll be honest. I don't know a single one of these teams. We have Gen G, League of Legends, NRG, Valorant, I feel like there might be a conflict in naming convention there with another
With absolutely no
large
context,
company.
going
But
with the
hey,
Falcons. Most like an actual sports team.
right? We have Team Falcons with Dota 2, Team Liquid PH that plays Mobile Legends Bang Bang. That is a mobile game, by the way. I had to play that thanks to Arena. Like, I understand, but it's just funny to me that it's like, oh yeah, we're athletes, yeah. Okay,
You
what's
can
your
get
sport?
paid for
Pulls
playing
out
a mobile
phone.
game.
Mobile Legends Bang Bang is basically the the phone
That
version
sounds like a
of League of
scam.
Legends. And then we have Team Vitality with Counter-Strike 2. So, we head back over to here. We have Best Esports Team. So, I need a coaster. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Coaster is set. Right. So, best esports team. My number one pick. I believe I think I'm going to choose Team Vitality because I believe that CS2 has a larger fan base, and I think that a lot of people are going to be like the nominations, instead of like having judges go out and talk about the game and make their request. I think the esports are more largely based on the fan interaction. So I think CS2 has a lot more vocal names to it. So I'm going to choose CS2 as my number one. I'm going to choose the Falcons as my number two. And I think I'm going to put NRG as my number three. Do I feel happy about that?
Not going for the mobile game?
I'm not going to go for the mobile game.
Must have been a bad game.
It wasn't a bad game. It was fun. It was just, there's other games. I think people are going to stray more towards the PC versions of that game, like Dota and League of Legends. But I think when people think esports, they're more likely to lead you either lean into mobile players or you lean into first-person shooters. And CS2, despite its misgivings and its missteps, it is still giant. And it's like all of these games are free, so there's no barrier to entry.
How exactly do the categories get decided on who wins?
I don't know. I believe you have judges, and it's called Judges Week. Like Jeff Gersman used to be on the judges, and I think he still is. But they go out, they talk and deliberate, and they go through all this stuff, and they cast their votes, and then those votes are tallied up. But then right now, I don't know how much leeway the fan vote is, because you can go on Jeff Keighley's site right now and vote. So I got no idea how it actually works.
Public is 10 per wiki.
Oh, okay. Oh. But I think old man judges are going to choose CS2. So, best esports team.
So what's the point of the public vote?
To sway it, I don't know. I'm going to go Team Vitality. Team Vitality. I'm not going to vote. I will abstain from voting. I also just don't want to log in. All right. Let's see if Jeff Keighley's site breaks or not tonight.
10% won't do jack.
I mean, if you have a 50-50 split between judges, like 10% could sway very small cases. Come on, Jeff Keelys. All right. Best esports athlete. His site is kind of slow at the moment. And I'll be honest, like if I don't have a picture in front of me when I do best esports athlete.
What is the definition of an athlete?
I have no idea what any of these people look like even. Because we have Brock, Chovy, Forsaken, Kakaru, Menard, and Zaiwu. And I guess I could pull up the video. There we go. Okay. So, we have Brock Summerhalder, who plays Valorant. We have
I don't
Chovy.
think they know what the word means. A person who is proficient in sports and other forms of physical exercise.
Esports is actually a Olympic recognized sport. You have esports. You have esports that are officially recognized by official bodies as sports. I understand it's not the most physically demanding, and looking at some of these people, yeah, it's clear that it's not physically demanding. But it is recognized as a sport. So. We have Brock, who plays Valorant.
Insanity.
It is. Chovy, who plays League of Legends. Forsaken, who plays Valorant. Kakaru, who plays Street Fighter. Menard, who plays Street Fighter. And Zaiwu, who plays CS2. I have at least heard of
Going
Forsaken.
With the LOL guy. No reason.
I have just actually heard in passing people say the word Forsaken when they're referencing someone. So I will choose Forsaken as my number one. My number two, however, and I should probably put the game that they play. So Forsaken does Valorant. Expand that back out. Menard and Kakaru do Street Fighter. I believe Zaiwu is Counter-Strike 2. I think Chovy was League of Legends. And then, another Valorant player. All right. So, I'm going to choose Kakaru as my number 2. And I'll choose Chovy as my number 3. I would suggest people follow along at home, make your own list, and see how well you do against me. Shocker, you'll probably do a lot better than me somehow. Best esports game. Okay. Best esports game comes down to Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and Valorant. So, I think I'm going to say that people are... I think Counter-Strike 2 is going to be my third. Counter-Strike 2 is going to be my number 3. I'm going to also choose... I think I choose League as my number 2. I don't think Valorant is talked enough as... let's be honest. The podcast I listen to, no one talks about esports anymore. Like 5 years ago, no, like 8 years ago, people were talking a storm about esports, on podcasts here and podcasts there. And esports used to gain actual public attention. He's like, hey, a team won $10 million, or the Dota 2 International gave away over $50 million in prizes for replacements. Now it's just like, who gives a fuck? The last big thing was Street Fighter 6 when it launched last year, and they're like, the top winner for the esports international, for the Capcom International, wins $1 million. First place, $1 million. Not $1 million for the top 10, $1 million for number 1, and like $500,000 for number 2. It was crazy. I don't hear that about, I've never heard that about Valorant, though. I've never heard that about Valorant. But I'm actually going to I'm going to make League of Legends my number 1, and I'll actually go on a limb and say Mobile Legends Bang Bang as my number 2. Okay. We have Content Creator of the Year. Quick poll in chat. Who have you heard of? Because I haven't heard about a lot of these teams. So let's go over to Content Creator of the Year, because I need a picture.
Hold up.
One moment.
Was making dinner.
You're good.
What are we on?
We are on Content Creator of the Year, because I just had a big deliberation over esports. Come on. Content Creator of the Year.
No fucking clue.
All right, well, this site loads. The choices were Kadril, Kai Cenat. I've actually heard of Kai Cenat. Moist Critical. I've heard of Moist Critical. Sakura Miko. No idea. And the Burnt Peanut. I've seen like 5 YouTube shorts around the Burnt Peanut.
Moist is the only one I've heard of. So let's go with Charlie.
I'm sure if you once you see a picture of Kai Cenat and maybe the Burnt Peanut, you might recognize them. Fucking hell, Jeff Keighley. View all categories. Content Creator of the Year. Son of a bitch. All right, my number 1, I'll just say it. My number 1 is Moist Critical. He's voiced in a game Dispatch, and he's one of the old YouTubers, sure, but he is one of the most, I think, more reasonable. Kai Cenat is also really big up there, and I don't think it's going to be the Burnt Peanut. I think he's too niche. I think he's a little too niche.
I have heard of Kai.
Yeah, you've definitely heard of Kai. Yeah, so I've never seen this man in my life. Kadril, I've never seen this man in my life. Probably has over 10 million followers. Others. I don't give a shit. Sakura Miko, I don't. So I'll say this. Sakura Miko and the Burnt Peanut are no Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse and I think Iron Mouse particularly took the world by storm by being one of the very first and most popular
No one
VTubers
is Iron Mouse except Iron Mouse.
Exactly. But like Iron Mouse kind of hit that perfect storm of VTubers had been a thing. She was one of the really first ones to blow up, and everyone was hearing about Iron Mouse.
It's like the Beatles being one of the first boy bands.
Exactly. So I don't want to give it to Kadril. Kai Cenat's my number 2. I think Moist Critical might win it, because the only reason I think Moist Critical is going to win it over Kai, because I would normally give it to Kai, but Charlie is a character in Dispatch, which people are loving. Yeah, I'll go with the peanut. All right. Burnt Peanut is my number 3. I haven't seen anything about Sakura Miko or Kadril, so I've at least seen some things about the burnt peanut. All of these people probably have over 10 million followers on Twitch and bring in tens of thousands of dollars.
I have no investment for you to have less spins, though.
That's true. That's true. You are working against me. All right. That is row 6 done. On to, I think, the worst category of the Game Awards. Most anticipated game of the year. Fuck off with this.
GTA 6.
Grand Theft Auto 6. Grand Theft Auto 6 has been on this list, has been with the Gaming Awards since Jeff Keighley started it. It's bullshit to have this as a category. And maybe I'm just saying that because I'm fucking putting something on the line with this, but this is bullshit of a category. It is a super weird category. Like, technically, Cyberpunk 2077 would have won this category multiple years in a row, and then it came out, and it was complete dog shit. Yeah, we're awarding announcing too early. Like, fucking hell. Like, all right, there's 3 games on here that actually have release dates close to the Game Awards. That is 007 First Light, Marvel's Wolverine, and Resident Evil Requiem. 007 First Light is coming out first quarter 2026, I believe. Resident Evil Requiem is coming out mid-2026, and Marvel's Wolverine is slated for 2026. Grand Theft Auto 6 is finally slated for 2026, but let's not forget, it was supposed to launch this year in this month, and then they delayed it to May next year, and they're like, we gotta delay it again, so fuck off. And The Witcher 4, we got a tech demo that was might as well just be
how many
fairy
things
dust.
Have we gotten before GTA 6 at this point?
We've gotten so many things. So out of precedence, I am not giving it to Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't care if that bites me in the ass. I am going to give it to Resident Evil Requiem.
Not all of them good.
I will then give it, I think people are going to say Witcher. Shit. I will give Grand Theft Auto 6 my 3rd slot. I hate this. I hate this category so much. This category is so dumb. Jeff Keighley, please remove this category. I know the entire Game Awards are about ads. It's showing off ads. And it's almost as much showing off ads as it is when you do your Summer Games Fest. Summer Games Fest is 100% how much advertisement can we shove down your throats. At least you have the guise of we have an award show to present with the Game Awards, even though 90% of it is ads. But oh my God, don't make it a category around what's your most anticipated product that hasn't come out yet. Fuck off. Best adaptation. This, I will give this as much hate as I hate for best adaptation. I think best for the others. I think best adaptation actually does belong in an awards thing. You're adapting one medium to another, and you want to celebrate when they do it well. That said, we have the Minecraft movie, the Netflix Devil May Cry series, the Netflix Splinter Cell Death Watch series, the HBO The Last of Us Season 2, and I don't remember who launched Until Dawn. I don't know where Until Dawn launched. I can tell you right fucking now, though, it is not Splinter Cell Death Watch. If Splinter Cell Death Watch wins this, I will eat. I shouldn't say things like this. If Splinter Cell Death Watch, I really don't think Splinter Cell Death Watch actually deserves to win anything. It is such a trash piece of media. And it captured nothing except they paid Ubisoft to use the characters from Splinter Cell.
Had to put stream on mute for a bit to take a phone call.
That's funny. Anyway, we are going to choose the Minecraft movie as my number 1. I'll give The Last of Us Season 2 as my number 2. Splinter Cell Death Watch. I will add. I really don't want this one to win. I really don't want this one to win. I didn't hear anything about the Until Dawn thing, so I'm not going to give that. I'll give Devil May Cry 3 mine. And if Splinter Cell Death Watch wins, I'm going to be depressed because Splinter Cell Death Watch was absolute trash. So where are we? Best adaptation. Jeff, your site is slow and broken. Best multiplayer. Okay. We're now what I would say in the categories that actually really do belong and deserve to be in this. My top three, I've been thinking about this. My top three are probably going to be Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, and Peak. I think Peak is my number one. I don't think Night Rain is necessarily going to win. I think Arc Raiders, because it's so new, deserves to be up there. And Battlefield 6 is my safety. I don't think Split Fiction is going to take... Joseph Ferris makes some great stuff. Best multiplayer, though. Like, this is like the fourth time Joseph Ferris from Ferris Games has given us this kind of thing. Like, oh, it's a quirky, fun adventure that's ran really well with characters that are super amazing. And you're doing split screen stuff. Couch co-op. Yeah. It's like, this is the fourth game you've given us. You've given us Brothers. You've given us A Way Out. You gave us the divorce game. I forget what it Takes Two. And you gave us Split Fiction. Like, this is the fourth time around with the same kind of thing. It's charming every time, but still, it's like, I think people are kind of over that. Now, I will say, Elden Ring, Night Rain did a lot of good stuff. It was very good. But, like, Peak just tore up the charts. All right, we're on to Best Sports/Racing Game of the Year. It is a bit unfortunate that these are not separated out. I understand why. There's not that many racing games and there's not that many sports games. But lumping them in together does make a bad feeling in your mouth. All right, Best Sports. It is not Mario Kart World. Rematch is a soccer game. I will go with the safety and say that the football game, the soccer game, is going to win that. I will then go down to Sonic Crossworlds as my Hail Mary. And as my safety, like, there's no way they give it to Mario Kart World. No one's still talking about Mario Kart World. I'll give it a rematch. My number 3 is Rematch. Okay. And I believe we have one more category, which is Best Sim/Strategy Game. Actually, quite a few options for this one this year. We have 6 choices. We have The Alters. We have Final Fantasy Tactics, The Ivalice Chronicles. We have Jurassic World Evolution 3, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, and 2 Point Museum. I've heard of very few of these. I will give it to Final Fantasy Tactics because I believe that's who should win. What the fuck is Tempest Rising? Why can't I go back and forth, Jeff? I have no idea what Tempest Rising is. I don't want to give it to The Alters because Alters was a really interesting game, but it used a lot of AI stuff in it, like generative AI, and it just because your game uses generative AI, I don't believe that it should be discounted, but I think makes a very large mark against you when you're playing that game. And you better, like, unless you are like single man teaming, like truly single man teaming, and you use generative AI to prototype some stuff. I think when you're in alpha testing, not even beta testing, when you're early access, you're like showing off the game before you even launch in early access. I think generative AI is appropriate. You're prototyping a lot of things. You're doing some stuff. Great. With the strong disclaimer and note that you do intend to fix and go back and replace all of the generative AI with something else, with something better. I really don't know about Sims and strategies though. What the hell is the Tempest Rising? If I go and look up a trailer for Tempest Rising, what is this game? Is this the Command and Conquer game? Oh, this is totally Command and Conquer. Okay, I'll give Tempest Rising my safety. For my Hail Mary, I don't know, but I'll give it to Sid Meier's Civilization 7. All right. That is row 5. Done. On to row 4. Best family game. I have some issues with this. I have a couple of issues with two of the choices given that made the nomination for best family game. Donkey Kong Bonanza and Split Fiction, I don't think should be part of best family game. Because they're not family games. They're not family games. They are either single player or at best split screen co-op. Family games should be like, and Donkey Kong is way too hard for children to play. Same with Split Fiction. And if you're saying that, like, it's the same way that you would say that It Takes Two is the best family game. No, Split Fiction is a terrible game to show your kid. It's about divorce and, like, people get brutally murdered and there's some, like, weird jokes going on. My top picks are going to be Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, and Sonic Cross Worlds because I think Cross Worlds Racing did a lot better than Mario Kart World. I will give my number 1 to Party. I'll give my number 2 to Voyagers. And I'll give my safety to Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. All right. Best fighting game. I have one problem with one item on this list, and that is 2XKO. As far as I know, 2XKO is not out yet. It is technically still early access. Is it not? Is 2XKO out? Yeah, it's in early access right now. I don't think we should be putting early access games on a Game of the Year list. That said, 2XKO is one of the better fighting games of this year. Right off the bat, I don't think Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is going to make it, or Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. That gives us Capcom Fighting Collection 2, 2XKO, and Virtua Fighter 5. So, unfortunately, even though it's against what I think should be on this list, I think 2XKO is going to take it. Next, I'm going to give it to Virtua Fighter. And then my safety is going to be Capcom Fighting Collection, I guess. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. All right. Best RPG. And now we're getting into the part of the list where you're going to hear one game said a whole lot. It's Claire Expedition. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Like that is the best RPG. That is the best RPG. That might be the game of the year. But Claire Obscure Expedition 33, and from everything I have heard, it is the best. The games that don't make it are Monster Hunter Wilds as best RPG. Get the fuck out of here. Is non-RPG. Is at best a light RPG role-playing game. We need a category for that. There's so many of them. And like Avowed was just a flash in the bucket. I liked Avowed. I thought Avowed was doing some really interesting things. It was exceptionally short-lived though. And then Outer Wilds 2, or Outer Worlds 2. Who gives a shit? It's Expedition 33. I think that wins best RPG. I think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is my number 2. And then for my number 3, I guess I have to give it... I know Monster Hunter Wilds is not going to win this, but maybe it's... I haven't heard much about Outer Worlds 2. I have not heard much from Outer Worlds 2. I don't know if it's good or not. I don't know how well it plays, how much of an improvement it is. I'll give it to Avowed. I'll make Avowed my Hail Mary. Maybe people will remember. It was doing some interesting things, but what people were hoping it just never became. Because people were hoping it was like a new take on the a Bethesda game. That's what people, I feel, really hoped Avowed would become. And Avowed was not that. Avowed was not a new Bethesda game. We have Best Action Adventure Game. The nominees were Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, Hollow Knight, Silk Song, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Split Fiction. Okay. Between these, I don't think that Split Fiction is going to be on here. It's an adventure game, sure, but it got outclassed very quickly. I also don't think Death Stranding 2 is going to be on this list or deserves to be on the nominations. It was an interesting thing, but it is definitely it is a sequel. It is a sequel. It was a good sequel. It improved on a lot of things, but I don't think it's going to be the best action adventure. I haven't played Indiana Jones. Now, I've heard some really good things about Indiana Jones, but I have not personally played it, so I don't want to necessarily give too much. Ghost of Yotei, I've heard a lot of good things, and I really want to play it. The only games that I've played here have been Death Stranding 2 and Hollow Knight Silk Song. Ouch. I'm torn here because the things that I've heard about Indiana Jones make me think it would be it would be a winner for its category for best action adventure. And the things I've heard about Ghost of Yotei also say that. Silk Song, I have a troubled history or troubled experience with Silk Song. I don't think, because of its difficulty, I don't believe that Silk Song should be on this list. Or no, not on the list. Not on the list. Not that. I don't think that Silk Song wins this list. I think that it's perfectly fine being on this list. But I think because of the sheer difficulty it required, and it did require, I don't think it wins. I think it is too great of a barrier to filter people out to win. I think I'm going to give it to Ghost of Yote. I will make Silk Song my backup. And I'm going to make my number 2 Hail Mary as Indiana Jones. On to Best Action Game. Best Action Game nominations were Battlefield 6, Doom the Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I don't believe that Battlefield 6 is on this list. I don't believe that Battlefield 6 should be on this list. And for the same reason I think Battlefield 6 shouldn't be on this list is Doom the Dark Ages shouldn't be on this list. I believe we should have a best shooter game. I think we should have the best shooter on this list. But we don't, because this list contains Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Art Direction, Score, Music, Audio Design, Performance, Innovation, Accessibility, Games for Impact, Best Ongoing, Community Support, Independent Game, Independent Indie, Debut Indie Game, Mobile Game, VR, AR, Action Game, Action Adventure, RPG, Fighting, Family, Sim Strategy, Sports, Racing, Multiplayer, Adaptation, Most Anticipated, Content Creator of the Year, Best Esports Game, Athlete, and Team. I think you could remove a couple of these lists. Like, I have some problems with Jeff Keighley's thing. I do have some problems with Jeff Keighley's thing. That said, no one else is making one. So we've just kind of got to do with what we have. So my choices for this list will be I think Hades 2 will take it. I think Shinobi should be my safety. And I think Ninja Gaiden 4 is going to be my Hail Mary. Yeah. I think that works. Because as action games, like Doom the Dark Ages is more action game than shooter. I will give you that. But it's not a great action game. It doesn't scream as an action game to me. In the same way that you play Ninja Gaiden 4 or Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I will say, I think Art of Vengeance is the wrong game to put on here. I think we should have had Ninja Gaiden Ragebound instead of Art of Vengeance. But a lot more people like Shinobi Art of Vengeance than they did Ragebound. They're wrong, but we're moving on. Row 3, Best VR and AR Game. Boy, we want to talk about categories I know practically nothing about.
Meow.
It's this one. How you doing, Mommy Arena? Thank you for the clang. That's why I don't have these headphones up very loud. Okay, we're doing nominations for Game of the Year. I will go through what I've done so far. We have gone through Best Esports Team. I believe Team Vitality is my number 1 pick, followed by Team Falcon, and my safety is NRG. Best Esports Athlete.
Off mute.
Best Esports Athlete is going to be Forsaken.
Why is HS are not there?
What did you vote on?
I don't know what HSR is.
Hey, Arena.
Forsaken is Valorant 2, then Kakaru, and then Chovy. Best esports game that was Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, and Valorant. I think League of Legends is going to be chosen as best esports game, followed by Counter-Strike 2, followed by Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, and then Counter-Strike 2. Content Creator of the Year, my top choice is Moist Critical, then Kai Cenat, and then the Burnt Peanut, because I've never heard of or seen anything from Kadril or Sakura Miko. And the only reason I would normally choose, as I was telling Rock Girl, I would normally say Kai Cenat is the better content creator than Moist Critical. However, Moist Critical is a voice actor in Dispatch, which is on people's minds right now, and it's very popular. So that's why he got my number one's pick. Best Sim Strategy. It was Alters, Final Fantasy Tactics, Evil's Chronicles, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, and 2 Point Museum. I gave
Sakura Miko was last lit a year ago.
I don't care. Final Fantasy Tactics is my number one pick. Sid Meier's Civilization 7 is my number 2, and Tempest Rising my number 3. Best Sports and Racing. I gave my top pick to Football Club 26. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds Rematch is my number 3. Best Multiplayer I said was going to be Peak, and then Arc Raiders, and then Battlefield 6. Best Adaptation is Minecraft Movie, Last of Us Season 2, Devil May Cry. Best Anticipated Game is Resident Evil Requiem, Witcher 4, Grand Theft Auto 6. Best Family Game, Lego Party Voyagers, Lego Voyagers, and Sonic Racing Cross World. Best Fighting Game is 2XKO, then Virtual Fighter, and then Capcom. Best RPG is Claire Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Avowed. My picks for Best Action Adventure Game are Ghost of Yotei, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Hollow Knight Silksong. Best Action Game is Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance. And we are back with the category that I know almost nothing about, VR and AR games. The games are Alien Rogue Incursion, Arcan Age, Ghost Town, Marvel's Deadpool VR, and The Midnight Walk. I've never seen anyone talk about Marvel's Deadpool VR. When it was announced at last year's Game Awards, everyone just like, what a wet fart this game is. Especially when you didn't get Ryan Reynolds as the voice of Deadpool. Instead, you got Neil Patrick Harris. Now, I know. Neil Patrick Harris has a precedent for voice acting Deadpool in video games already. He's the actor who everyone has chosen to voice Deadpool previously. Neil Patrick Harris is the voice actor for Deadpool in the Deadpool game that launched on PS3, Xbox 360. But everyone thinks of Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. So.
But also Ryan is played out.
Ryan is also very played out. I was sick of Ryan by Deadpool 2. Before Deadpool 2. So, yeah. I'm going to just shoot in the dark here. Alien is my number 1. Midnight Walk is my number 2. And number 3 is, I don't know what the fuck Arcan Age is, but I like the cut of its jib. Best mobile game is Destiny Rising, Persona 5 The Phantom X, Sonic Rumble, Uma Musume Pretty Derby, and Wuthering Waves. Now, there's one thing that I gotta show you.
Half the reason I have premium versions of platforms is so I can avoid Mint Mobile commercials. Like, we get it.
Yeah,
cheap phone plans.
I've heard those are pretty cheap. The Game Awards nominees 2025. I want to show you guys one thing about this. Where is it? Best mobile game. Where are you? The way that Jeff says Uma Musume is hilarious to me. Where is the best mobile game? Come on, where are you? Performance ongoing mobile game. Here we go. All right. The way Jeff Keighley pronounces Uma Musume is hysterical to me. He adds an extra A.
For Best Mobile Game, the nominees are Destiny Rising, Persona 5 The Phantom X, Sonic Rumble, Uma Masume, Pretty Derby, and
Uma Masume? Like, how did you get Uma Masume out of that, Jeff? It's Uma Musume. It's not Uma Masume. There's no break.
Umame-sum is what he said.
Yes, he said that. He didn't say Uma Musume. He said Uma, pause, Masume. It's like, Jeff, where did you add the extra MA?
He changes AU to A.
It's like he read the gold part of this text of Uma and then started back over, dropping the soup, Mamusume. It's like, Jeff, that's not the game. That's not the game. Anyway, and Wuthering Waves. He also said Wuthering Waves in a weird way. It's like Wuthering Waves.
Wuthering Waves.
Yeah, why did you add an R in the middle of this, Jeff? Hold on.
Sonic Rumble, Uma Masume, Pretty Derby, and Wuthering Waves.
Was that your first take, Jeff? Like, come on.
Word free.
Listen back to it and say it again when you realize you fucked up. This is a produced video.
Words like the candy.
It's not like he's doing this live. This was a produced video. Did no one editing this say like, Jeff, we got to get you back in the booth? You said these things weird. What the fuck, man? My choice for these games, though. I believe Wuthering Waves. I feel like I should add a joke to this. Anyway, Wuthering Waves is going to be number 1. Uma Musume is my number 2. And I'll give my number 3 to Persona because people love Persona. All right.
Maybe Jeff was having a stronk.
He was having something.
Someone should check on him.
All right. Best debut indie game. He specifically said that these are indie games that I'll let you guys hear what he had to say about indie games.
Ooh, dispatch.
I don't agree with Jeff on his description of independent games.
Best independent game celebrates games with a high degree of risk tolerance.
What? That's not an indie game. And I would argue indie games have the most risk associated with them.
Sorta.
I understand,
but
as
no.
a publisher, indie games are very low risk. You don't invest millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions to this. But a true indie game is like Balatro, is like Megabonk. It was made by a single dude
Risk
or like
tolerant
5
means
guys.
They will take risk.
That's what it means?
Field 6 independent game celebrates
Yes.
games with a high degree of risk tolerance.
Risk tolerance, I would assume, would mean that the publisher is taking... you have a high tolerance
Dispatch has risk.
As someone who has worked corporate for many years, that's what it means.
I was completely wrong with my stipulation. Jeff, I think you made a perfect thing of best debut game. Best debut indie game for me, though. I think it's insane that Clair Obscura Expedition 33 is on here with how much went into it. But it is technically the same way that Dave the Diver is technically an indie game. Expedition 33 is also technically an indie game. Because of that, it is my number 1.
So you're more willing to tolerate the risk. Low risk tolerance would be
My
like
number
FIFA.
2 is going to be Dispatch. And then my number 3 is going to be Megabonk. I've never really seen or heard of Despelote before this. Blueprints was a very much flash in pan. It was interesting, but it was flash and pan. Mega Bonk is taking people by storm at the moment, and Dispatch has taken people by storm by this point. But Clair Obscur, early in the year release, huge on that stuff, though. Best independent game, we have Absolum, Ball X Pit, Blueprints, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song. I believe I would be an idiot to not give it to Expedition 33 with how people talk about this game. And then I'm going to give my number 2 to Silk Song. And I really like Absalom. I think Absalom is a better indie game than Ball Pit. I've played both. I think that. But I think Hades 2 is going to gather more favor. So I'll put Hades 2 as the best independent game. All right. We have on to Best Community Support. Best Community Support games are Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. I think Helldivers 2 is doing some really good stuff, but I think I'm gonna put it as my number 2. I think my number 1 pick is gonna go to Baldur's Gate 3, and then my number 3 pick. All 3 of these are really good picks for best community support.
Cowards. Where's Stardew?
Has Stardew had massive updates during this year, Rock Girl? What were the massive updates that
Yes.
Mysterious... Oh. What did the ape or chimp... What is his name? I know it has to do something with a monkey. Mysterious chimp? Lazy ape?
1.6 released this year. Concerned Ape.
Concerned ape. That's it. Yeah, concerned ape. Anyway, I think I haven't heard much about the No Man's Sky updates. Fortnite's, of course, I'll give my safety to Fortnite. That is best community support games. Next up is going to be best ongoing games. Which are Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky. I don't think Marvel Rivals wins in this category. I don't think it's even going to make it. I don't think it was
These categories
really much
for me. Where's the pizzazz?
Right. Best ongoing. I think I'd be remiss not to give Final Fantasy in there. Fortnite, I believe, deserves to be in there as number 3. But I think Helldivers 2 is a good one. No Man's Sky is really weird as an ongoing because it's kind of like that weird mixed multiplayer. And Marvel Rivals, I think it's too early to say is ongoing. For some reason to me, like Marvel Rivals feels like it's going to die. Like if someone said, like, "Oh yeah, Marvel Rivals is shutting down," no one would be surprised. All right. Next, we have Games for Impact. Now, here's the thing. Jeff didn't give us a good description of what Games for Impact were, I felt. Where did he talk about it?
Your nominees for Games for Impact are Consumer.
He said nothing about what Games for Impact means, what this category is even related to or means. He didn't say shit. And it's annoying to me because what does Games for Impact mean? Because looking at this, we have Consumi, Despelote, Lost Records, Blue and Rage, South of Midnight, and Wanderstop. Those are so different kind of games. But apparently they're all for Impact. Like, are we talking about social impact? Or are we talking about, oh, this game focused on this issue as a topic really well? But like, what the fuck? That said, I've never heard of Despelote. I've never heard of Consumi. I think I've heard of South of Midnight. That's the weird Louisiana kind of bayou game. And then Wander Stop is from the dude who's a brother to Doug. He did the Stanley Parable. So I'm going to give it to Wander Stop. I'm going to give it to the weird Bayou Gator game. And then I guess I'll give it to Lost Records because they're the Life is Strange people. And I could be completely off bat here because it could be Consumi and Despelote. All right. Innovation in accessibility. We have Assassin's Creed Shadows, Atomfall, Doom the Dark Ages, EA Sports, Football Club 26, and South of Midnight. I don't think FC26 or South of Midnight are going to win this. I've heard a lot of Doom the Dark Ages and Assassin's Creed Shadow had really good innovation for accessibility options, even if they missed the mark. And Atomfall, I felt was kind of part of that same conversation. I'll give my number 1 pick to Doom. I'll give my number 2 pick to Atomfall. And just because I've heard that they stumbled so much with it, I'm going to give my number 3 pick to Assassin's Creed Shadows. Best performance. Okay. Best performances are Ben Starr for his performance in Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Charlie Cox for his performance in Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Erika Ishii for her performance in Ghost of Yote.
Is it actually possible for a man to take on the physical attributes of a wolf?
Jennifer English for performance in Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Konatsu Kato for her performance in Silent Hill F, and Troy Baker for his performance in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Troy Baker did a fantastic job, I feel, for...
Did any of them play a wolf? Dan has spoken.
I don't know. I don't know where Expedition 33 goes. Like, maybe? I don't fucking know. I normally would have said that all 3 actors, Ben Starr, Charlie Cox, and Jennifer English, would have all been the 4 sure things. However, Konatsu Kato, everything I've heard about Silent Hill F is that, oh my God, the performance that she's giving in this is one of a lifetime.
A similar story happened to a teacher in the Florida area.
And then Troy Baker does an amazing Harrison Ford impression for Indiana Jones. But because it's an impression, I don't think I'm going to give it to Troy Baker. I think I'm going to give my number 2, my Hail Mary, to Silent Hill F.
From childhood, we fear the dark.
And I think I'll give my number 1 to Ben Starr and my safety to Charlie Cox. Next is Best Audio Design. We have Battlefield 6, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yote, and Silent Hill F. I don't know if Best Audio Design deserves to go to Expedition 33.
Hell if I know on this one.
And I don't think that it also goes to Death Stranding 2. Now, the other 3 games I haven't played, I've heard exceptional things. Audio design specifically, though, makes me think of Soundscape, which makes me think of Battlefield. Next up, I believe I'm just going to shoot in the dark, Silent Hill F, and then Ghost of Yote. Those are my picks. Next up, we have Best Score and Music. We have Christopher Larkin for Silk Song. We have Darren Korb for Hades 2. Lauren Testard for Expedition 33. Toma Otoa, Ghost of Yote. And then Woodkid and Ludwig Forsell for Death Stranding 2. I think it's a real shame that Ludwig doesn't get to stand on his own for Death Stranding 2, because Ludwig, but you have someone like Lauren Testard get to stand on his own. I think that is simply because Hideo Kojima really heard the songs from Woodkid and said, yes, I want those people in my game. Versus the guys that made Expedition 33 just said, yo, we need some ballin' ass music. Yo, this guy makes some good music on Spotify. And Lauren Testard made the entire soundtrack for Expedition 33 himself. I think if Kojima had gone to Ludwig and asked the same thing, Ludwig would have jumped on it and we would have had an absolute banger of a thing. That said, I don't think it wins. I don't think I'm going to give Death Stranding 2 best score in music. I will give my number 1 to Expedition 33. Next up, I think I'll give it to Toa. And my number 3, I kind of want to hear some of these songs because I like the songs in Silk Song, but the songs were like never anything that I was like, oh wow, this is like really moving me. It was more, granted, I was blind with rage while playing Silk Song, but you know, that said, none of the songs in Silk Song were like, wow. Whereas like Hades 2, like if it's anything like Hades 1, I'll choose Hades as my safety. I don't feel great about this simply because of how little I recognize from any of these categories. Okay, on to Best Art Direction. Best Art Direction, we have Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silksong. I don't think Hollow Knight Silksong is going to win on this list, and neither do I think Hades 2 is going to win on this list. I think Best Art Direction is going to go to Expedition 33. It looks like a fucking trashy-ass Xbox 360 game, but in the good way. That said, I don't think on Death Stranding 2 has amazing art direction. It's stunning at points, but it's not stunning enough to make me think this was the best art direction that I've seen all year. So I will give, like, Ghost of Yote, I think, does the same kind of vistas and landscape that Death Stranding 2 does, but better. I kind of wish that Silent Hill F was on best art direction, but it's not. So I think next I'm going to choose I really don't want to give it a Hollow Knight, but I don't think Hades 2 is different enough from Hades in terms of art direction. I'll give it to Death Stranding. All right. Best narrative. It's fucking Claire Obscure. It's Claire Obscure. I don't think that Death Stranding has a great narrative. It's weird as shit, sure. My next one is going to be Silent Hill F as my safety. And then I'm going to give it to Yote simply because I don't know enough about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I've heard amazing things about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, but I don't think it's necessarily the best narrative. That said, best game direction. Boy, I'm just putting all my bags in Claire Expedition 33. Like, that is how well I heard people talk about this game. Like, it is one of those kinds of games. Now, in terms of direction, this is where Joseph Fares, I think, really gets to shine. However, this is the fourth time he's done this. At least the fourth time. I'm probably missing and forgetting.
I have no idea what 33 is.
Claire Expedition 33 is an amazing-ish, if you want to believe it, RPG about what if the French died early and how they would fight back about dying early. It is the Frenchest game you will have ever seen, apparently. It's interesting. Game direction, I'll give my second choice to Death Stranding. I think it was directed very, very well. And then I think my safety, the smart play would be to give Joseph Ferris. On to the big one, Game of the Year. Now, let's talk about Game of the Year and what it means to be Game of the Year. Game of the Year is, to me, it says something about how this is, if you win a Game of the Year, especially in a forum as popular as this, I would take that to say that no matter what kind of player you are, this is a game that you should play. Doesn't matter if you're only into sports games. Doesn't matter if you're only into fighting games, into only shooters, into esports. If a game wins Game of the Year on a platform as large as this, that to me should represent a game that anyone, no matter what kind of genre they're into, they should at least consider playing this game. That said, I don't think Hollow Knight Silksong deserves to be that kind of game. I don't think Donkey Kong Bonanza deserves to be that kind of game. And I don't think Hades 2 deserves to be that kind of game. That leaves us Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I've only played Death Stranding 2 on the beach, and I would right now say it is a number 2 pick for me. I'll lock that in. I think Death Stranding 2 on the beach is my Hail Mary pass number 2. The problem with me saying that, though, is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is Eurojank. So do I think... I think my number 1 is actually going to be Expedition 33. I think the real question I have to go and come to terms with is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 a better game to suggest to someone to try out than Death Stranding 2? And I don't think it is. I think Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is more interesting to hear about. But I've only played Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 is very hostile to players. That's why I wouldn't suggest Silksong as a Game of the Year. I don't think Silksong deserves or should be on Game of the Year because not everyone should play Silksong. Silksong is so hard of a game that unless you're into that kind of genre and you kind of know and expect what you're getting into...
I will laugh so hard if Bonanza gets it.
And that's the thing. Bonanza, I think, is an amazing game. I've actually played Bonanza a little bit because Xmas brought his Switch 2 over and we played Bonanza for a little bit. I streamed Bonanza when he was playing it.
I've debated getting it.
I think Bonanza is so simple in what it does. It is very charming and it's pick-upable. So in my head, yes, that is the kind of game that everyone should be interested in.
But I have so little time for games these days.
But at the same time, I don't think Donkey Kong Bonanza is worth saying it's the price of a Switch 2. Donkey Kong Bonanza is not something that sells a console. That said, I don't think neither is Death Stranding 2 or Kingdom Come Deliverance. Clair Obscur, with how people have been talking about it, is something that sells a console, and if it wasn't on PC, I think you would see it driving console sales. I think the 2 indie games are out, though. Hades 2 and Hollow Knight, I think, are completely out of the situation. And I am just, which do I want to keep Death Stranding 2 as my number 2, or do I want to include Donkey Kong Bonanza as a contender? I heard some interesting things about where Bonanza goes, but I didn't necessarily hear that it has the staying power. Where Expedition 33 had staying power, it did amazing things through and through. That's why I think it deserves my number 1 pick. My number 2 and 3, though, are where this actually gets a little hard. Because I truly do believe that Clair Obscur is going to win Game of the Year. But everyone else, though, I got no fucking idea. So, I'm at a bit of an impasse. But I've got to keep streaming. I got to keep this ball rolling. So, I think I'll give it to Bonanza. I'll put Bonanza as my safety net. Okay. And that marks my nominations or my choices for the Game Awards 2025 presented by Jeff Keighley. These are my nominees' punishment guesses. To go through them. Best esports team, I believe it will go to Team Vitality or Team Falcons or Team NRG. Best esports athlete, I believe it will go to Forsaken or Kakaru or Chovy. For best esports game, I believe it goes to League of Legends or Mobile Legends Bang Bang or Counter-Strike 2. Content Creator of the Year, I think it goes to Moist Critical or Kai Cenat or maybe the Burnt Peanut. Most anticipated game, I believe, is Resident Evil Requiem or The Witcher 4 or GTA 6. Best adaptation, I believe, is the Minecraft movie or The Last of Us Season 2 or Devil May Cry. Best multiplayer, I believe, is Peak or Arc Raiders or Battlefield 6. Best sports or racing game, I believe, is EA Sports FC 26 or Sonic Racing Cross Worlds or Rematch. Best sim strategy, I believe, is going to be Final Fantasy Tactics, The Ivalice Chronicles, or Sid Meier's Civilization 7, or Tempest Rising. Best family game, I believe, is Lego Party, or Lego Voyagers, or Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Best fighting game, I believe, is 2XKO, or Virtual Fighter 5 Revo World Stage, or Capcom Fighting Collection. Best RPG, I believe, is Clair Obscur Expedition 33, or Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, or Avowed. Best Action Adventure, I believe, is Ghost of Yotei, or Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, or Hollow Knight Silksong. Best Action Game, I believe, is going to be Hades 2, or Ninja Gaiden 4, or Shinobi Art of Vengeance. The best VR AR game, I believe, is Alien Rogue Incursion, or The Midnight Walk, or Arcane Age. Best mobile game, I believe, is Wuthering Waves, or Uma Musume, Pretty Derby, or Persona 5, The Phantom X. Best debut indie game, I believe, is Clair Obscur Expedition 33, or Dispatch, or Mega Bonk. Best independent game, I believe, is Clair Obscur Expedition 33, or Hollow Knight Silksong, or Hades 2. Best community support, I think, is Baldur's Gate 3, or Helldivers 2, or Fortnite. Best ongoing, I believe, is I put 2 number 2s on best ongoing. That's a mistake. Did I say Final Fantasy 14 or I think Helldivers is number 1. One moment while I fix that. Whoops. Okay. Helldivers 2 for best ongoing, or Final Fantasy 14, or Fortnite. Games for Impact, I believe, is going to be Wonderstop, or South of Midnight, or Lost Records Bloom and Rage. Innovation and Accessibility, I believe, is Doom the Dark Ages, or Atomfall, or Assassin's Creed Shadows. Best Performance, I believe, is Ben Starr from Expedition 33, or Kunatsu Kato from Silent Hill F, or Charlie Cox from Expedition 33. Best audio design, I believe, is Battlefield 6 or Silent Hill F or Ghost of Yote. Best score and music, I believe, is Lauren Testard from Expedition 33, Toma Otoa from Ghost of Yote, or Darren Koch from Hades 2. Best art direction, I believe, is going to Claire Obscure Expedition 33, or Ghost of Yote, or Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. Best narrative, I believe, will go to Claire Obscure Expedition 33, or Silent Hill F, or Ghost of Yote. Best game direction, I believe, goes to Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, or Split Fiction. And game of the year, I believe, is going to be Claire Expedition 33, or Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, or Donkey Kong Bonanza. I am now going to save this list, and I'm going to export this list.
So now, how many spins do you think you'll get?
How many spins do I think I'll get? Oh, fuck. I was about to say 0, but
I feel
there's
like
no
if you
fucking
guess
way.
correct, you can take some off.
No, I only get vetoes. Should I do a thing like I did last year? Do I get doubles? Do I make Game of the Year double? Because I did that on a
Guess
win.
correct and you get a free veto.
Yeah, no. That's what I do. If my number 1 pick is chosen, I get a veto. If my number 2 is chosen, I have to add 1 spin. My number 3 was chosen, 2 spins, and if I didn't choose correctly at all and I had a complete whiff on the category, it's 3 spins. I already went over that. I get vetoes.
No, guess how many spins and you get a free veto if correct.
No, I'm not gonna guess against myself. How many spins do you think I'll get? In chat, how many spins do you think
I'm
I will
guessing
get?
11.
You're guessing 11. If I were to whiff on every single...
Oh wait, how many cats?
There are 29 categories. So if I were to whiff on every single category and none of my top 3 win, I would have to spin 87 times. 87 is the maximum amount of free spins to that wheel that I would possibly have to do based on my guesses out of 29 categories.
Guessing 35.
I am guessing...
Rib.
You know what? Fine. I will put down a guess. I will actually put down a guess. I will say I am betting that I will earn no more than 17. I think my guesses are so good that out of 87 free spins that might have to be given to this wheel, I will only accrue about 17.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Oh boy, I really hope they are. 17. So if I get exactly 17 spins, I get to take off 5. There. Is that fine? Is that fine? Is that too much? Is that too much? If I land exactly on 17, I take 5 away and I have to spin the wheel 13 times. 12 times. 12 times. Can't math. Can't fucking math.
As the only mod here, I'm cool with it.
You know what? I will actually make this really small text as well. Like it's type 7 font.
Coward.
It's really small font just attached at the end. It's technically on the document and bolded. However, it's the fine print that you have to really zoom. Oh my god, you can't even read it because of the outlines. Hold on, let me fix that. If I get exactly 17 spins, I get to take off 5. It's technically on there. Like you're reading this like, oh wow, yeah, these are some really good guesses and some really bad guesses, and oh yeah, this is what it does. Oh yeah, if I don't know, okay, that's okay. What's that mean? take out
So then are you
magnifying glass.
actually WA, entering 17? Because if you get 16, it's 16.
I know. I'm guessing 17. In fact,
17 becomes 12.
I know. 17 becomes 12.
And 87 is 87. Tough tacos.
87 would mean that I would have to whiff 29 of 29. I will be so depressed on that stream if that happens. Speaking of which, I want to test this out. One moment while I put it on.
Oh, the lav?
Yeah, the lav. So let me turn it on, and let me turn it on here. And let me see if it works. So swapping over to lavalier mic in 5, 4.
Time to see if a mic that's set for about a decade still works.
Okay. How does it sound? Is it scratchy? Is it okay?
Oof.
Oof? What do you mean,
How is it
oof?
under the sea?
How is it under the sea? Oh, God. Let me put on my other headphones so I can hear what it sounds like. What do you mean, under the sea? Like, what do you mean? Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, God. I now know what you mean by
Maybe
under the sea.
try the other attachment.
I now know what you mean by under the sea. Hold on. I think that's a gain issue. I think that's honestly a gain issue. Let me turn down the gain a little bit. How is that? No, it's still peaking. Let me turn this up and that down, and I don't know if that's going to work or not. No, it's still peaking. Oh. It is so annoying trying to get this mic working. I thought it was... Oh, my God. Okay.
Maybe lav mics are just not for you.
Maybe a lav mic... Yeah, maybe that is true. Maybe lav mics just aren't my friend.
Did you get the other one returned?
Yes, I got the other one returned. One moment. I got
Good.
the email from Amazon saying that my return was submitted, but it might take until the 25th to show up in my account. It has not hit my account yet. So, okay, I don't want to keep using this if it's going to sound like this. So, let me find my my handheld mic and see if that one is still working. Beep-a-doo-doo-boo-doo-boo. Where is that stupid microphone? Why do I have to put so many things away? Kevin, it's not time for dinner. It is not time for dinner. Okay, it's not there. Where did I put that microphone? Shit. Where did I put that microphone? Did I put it back in here? Hold on. No. No. I feel like I just had it out, too.
I
is the
feel like you'd
problem.
get better results using AirPods to record audio.
Oh, did I use it for filming? Did I use it as a prop? I may have used it as a prop. Let me see. There's my Procaster. Here's my AT2020. I really need. Oh, here's that. I was looking for that. I thought I had that. It is not my microphone though. It is not under the fight stick. Glad I found this though. Shit. I don't have that. I will need to find the interviewer. It's annoying. I thought I just put it under there. Man, with how much I've been changing this setup, who knows? There it is. Yeah, I do have it under there. Fuck. All right. Let me find a XLR cable now. Luckily, I know where those are because I put one right in here. I don't have one in here. Shit, where did I? It was the other room. It was the other room that I had it. Fuck. Okay. This room. Oh, look at that XLR cable. Okay. XLR cable. I got the right tripod for my fucking gimbal. AirPods to record audio. That would be funny as shit to do. AirPods for this, yeah, that would be kind of funny. We got a big chat talking. Big chat talking. All right. The way this looks like found footage. Hey, Manaka, how you doing? Why are you on YouTube? All right, one moment while I kill. It sounds like it. That gives me so many good ideas for a video idea. Let me kill the audio real quick while I plug in the other one. So, 2 seconds.
Monday? What are you doing on YT? That you did.
That's the wrong mic. That's the right mic. So, I should probably turn the gain back up.
I'll make you espresso martinis when you're back.
Turn that back up to center and put this back up to center. Okay, how does the recorder sound, by the way? The Rode interviewer sound. Is this microphone
Way better.
better?
Sounds great.
Sounds good? Great. I am sorry to hear about that, Manaka. That is a shame to hear. Sorry to hear that. You can take a remediate? Well, at least you can take a remediate.
How does remediation work?
Yeah, how's the remediation work? Are you, like, is it tack
I'll
on
message
extra
you
time
off
to your
of stream.
semester, or is that something that you can do? Yeah, you don't have to say it on stream either way. You can say it on Discord. Anyway, you having fun? Cool. All right. So, I am curious how much better, I can figure that out. I can just put on some headphones. Yeah, I can just put on, oh, this sounds so much better than that fucking lav. Oh my God, this is so much better sounding than that lav. Yeah, I will just deal with this, and then I will. So they make a thing. They make a thing that you can plug into the end of XLR mics like this, that go right here, and then just plug into there to make this completely wireless. I'm thinking about doing that. Those cost about $40, $40 to $300. I'm obviously not going the high end for that, but I might choose to do that. By the way, Manaka, what am I doing? Hold on. Put that mic down. Okay. Manaka, I went through all of Jeff Keighley's Game of the Year nominations and made a whole list. Would you like to see them? Would you like to see what I might have to spin on? Before we begin, I will just remind people that if my number one pick is chosen, I will have won myself a veto to use during the punishment wheel spins. If my number two pick is chosen, one spin will be added to the punishment wheel. If my number three pick is chosen, 2 spins will be added to the total punishment wheel spins. If none of my picks were chosen, 3 spins will be added to the punishment wheel spins. Additional spins can be purchased between the dates of December 11th and December 21st. 1 sub on Twitch, gifted or otherwise, is 1 spin. Bits via Twitch amount to 1 spin per 250 bits. And Ko-Fi donations submitted in the amounts of increments of $2.50 will equate to 1 spin. So if you spend $2.50, if you spend $2, that's money that I don't have to spend on. If you spend $75, I have to spend twice. If you spend me $11.50, I have to spend 4 times. I'm not doing change. It's either whole amounts or nothing. And I am betting that I will earn no more than 17 spins. If it gets exactly 17, I get room 5. Anyway, on to the nominations. So for best esports team, I chose Team Vitality, Team Falcons, and NRG. For best esports team, I chose Forsaken, Valorant, Kakaroo from Street Fighter, and Chovy from League of Legends. Esports game, I chose League of Legends, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, Counter-Strike 2, Content Creator of the Year, Moist Critical, Kai Cenat, and The Burnt Peanut. For most anticipated game is Resident Evil Requiem, Witcher 4, Grand Theft Auto 6. Best adaptation, Minecraft movie, Last of Us Season 2, Devil May Cry. Best multiplayer, Peak, Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6. Best sports and slash racing game, EA Sports FC's 26, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and Rematch. For best sim slash strategy, I said Final Fantasy Tactics, The Evilist Chronicles, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, and Tempest Rising. For best action game, I said Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Best action adventure game, Ghost of Yotei, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Hollow Knight Silksong. Best RPG, I said Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Avowed. Best fighting game, 2XKO, Street Fighter V, Revo World Stage, and Capcom Fighting Collection 2. For Best Family Game, I said Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. For Best VR/AR Game, I said Alien Rogue Incursion, Midnight Walk, and Arcane Age. Best Mobile Game, I said, as Jeff Keighley says, Wuthering Waves. As Jeff Keighley says, Uma Masume, Pretty Derby, and Persona 5 The Phantom X. Best Debut Indie Game, I said Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Dispatch, and Mega Bonk. Best Indie Game is Claire Obscure, Hades 2, and Silk Song. Best Community Support is Baldur's Gate 3, Helldivers 2, and Fortnite. Best Audio Design, I said Battlefield 6, Silent Hill F, Ghost of Yotei. Best Performance, Ben Starr, Charlie Cox, or Konatsu Kato. Innovation and Accessibility, I said Doom the Dark Ages, Atomfall, and Assassin's Creed Shadow. Gains for Impact, I said Wanderstop, South of Midnight, and Lost Records Bloom and Rage. Best Ongoing is Helldivers 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite. Best Score and Music, I said was Lauren Testard for his work on Expedition 33, Tomo Otoa for their work on Ghost of Yotei, and Darren Korb for Hades 2. Best Art Direction, I said Expedition 33, then Ghost of Yotei, then Death Stranding 2. Best Narrative, I said, was Claire Obscure, then Silent Hill F, and then Ghost of Yotei. Best Game Direction was Expedition 33, then Death Stranding 2, and then Split Fiction. And Game of the Year, I chose Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, and Donkey Kong Bonanza. I believe that is the list. So, I don't want to have to keep saying that. I believe that will be very, very good. That said, let's go ahead and go over to the 2025 Game of the Year punishment list and see if people have added more. No, they have not. Remember,
If
there's
you
only
get 18 spins exactly,
167.
I will laugh my ass off.
If you get 18 spins exactly, you will laugh your ass off. Remember, last year I got 18 spins, but I doubled down on myself because I got 11 and then I lost Game of the Year and had to add 6 because I doubled the values for Game of the Year. I thought I was off free when I only got 11, and then I had to add 6. No, I got 12 and I had to add 6. So I had to spin the wheel 18 times last year. Whew. Anyway, let's try Ambrosia Sky Act 1. It's a demo on Steam. I don't know what it is going to be like. Hopefully, it's good. It looks weird. I'll tell you that much. It looks weird. This demo represents a game in early development and is subject to change. No shit. Oh, also, there's a thing on Amazon that has me actually a little bit excited. So Elgato has this item called the Elgato Prompter, which I've kind of been wanting to add to my stream for a while now. Problem is, it's kind of expensive at $230. Now, Newer has released their own. Where is it? God damn it, where is it? Here it is. No, that's not it. Is it? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's not what I thought it should be. Cheaper than $220. It should be under $100.
Ajkals doike, as doike.
Son of a bitch. This thing should be under $100. Like, if we go to the newer site, 2-in-1 teleprompter. Yeah, I go to the newer site, it should be $230. Oh, it's 30% off right now. That's why it was under $200. Oh. Well, that changes some things. Because I'm like, if it's literally $10 difference than the Elgato one, I'd rather buy the Elgato one. But if it is significantly discounted at under $180, I would choose the newer one. But like, anyway, I'm not buying. I might look into getting a prompter because instead of like having to look over here, constantly looking up here, I would like to be able to just focus on the camera and talk into chat and stare directly into the souls of people looking at me. But until I get a prompter, it's not going to work like that. You're too high for this.
Recording check. Comms are good. Okay. These are the observation notes from Scarab.
It is so weird not having you on Twitch, Manaka, because like I'm used to you hearing you speak, your fish speak when you type. Why do I have a power washer gun? Oh. Okay. What's that? What was that?
Not surprised Hale's still running the place. She loved this colony more than me. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, there's Manaka. Cluster is filled with alien fungus. Each fungus has distinct fruit, which can be collected. Okay.
Okay, I go back to
before they
you.
call for a doctor. Back to YouTube.
Boom.
If only Hale understood, she was the reason I left.
Iris out.
Where's my mouse sensitivity? That needs to go up a little bit. That's a little better. Room was originally built before our
I need to introduce y'all to Chainsaw Man.
I know Chainsaw Man a little bit. What is that?
But it might be too gory for a rot girl.
Possibly. Oh, I got a flashlight. Oh, am I Wait, we have rings. Would that be Saturn? Jupiter doesn't have rings, right? It's Saturn.
Remind me to tell you guys off stream about my mom and Chainsaw Man.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright, I'm apparently spraying pesticide on fungus on a spaceship. Oh god, that's a problem. Oh, that looks like a problem. Wait, shit.
Maz, the exofungus shouldn't be growing here. It's usually well contained. It has to be.
What is this exofungus shit doing? Harvest fungal fruits using Dahlia sprayer by cleaning the base to sever the fruit from its stalk. Fruit can be damaged, so use care when harvesting. Okay, that was a healing station.
Maz, send any updated transmissions you receive. I haven't found any survivors yet.
Botany internal comm system. Can't supply enough. Rooting in the vents. It's weird. Samples extracted for good quality. Great quality. Fungus is like basic. Oh, this is just Power Wash Simulator all over again. Oh my god. Oh, that's cool.
My first time coming home in 15 years. And I don't even know who's alive.
Wait, what is this game?
It's a demo on Steam. It's... what is it called? Ambrosia Sky. Exploder samples. What? Yeah, I need healing. Oh. Woo, that's high voltage. Yes, let's spray mysterious chemicals on the high voltage thing. Total sense. Oh, I'm in 0G now. Shit.
This is where people evacuated from. How did the fungus grow so wildly and so quickly?
So the high voltage is coming from that.
Maz, I found a body. Cause of death, cluster lung.
Cluster lung. Oh my god, that sounds
Not a candidate
horrible.
for the Ambrosia Project. It's been too long.
Sleep, but it does not dream. It dreams all and will all time.
A Leviathan organ? When did the clusters start digging them up?
Turn to shuttle airlock. That sounds bad. Delia can sprint by holding shift.
Maz, maybe the Leviathan isn't as dead as we thought. Heading back to my shuttle.
Decays in that much time. Fuck. I gotta get back to my shuttle. Yeah, it's this way. Out here. Run.
If Mavis here, if she's... No,
Fuck, fuck, fuck,
can't think of her as dead. I'll
fuck. I died. Alright, that's an interesting kind of weird game. That is weird and interesting, and I'm not gonna play the rest of it. Oh, there's crafting involved with this? Cool. I might try that on my own time. Anyway, you know what time it is? It's time to look at weird ass food that no one would want to eat. Scrandle. So we have hot dog and potato leek pie. That looks like the better hot dog. Okay. Bonus round out of the way. We've got a beef paste pastel with a pint or yakisobe with a beer. I'd rather the noodles. Yeah, those are both good, but the yakisobe. Fish and chips with mushy peas and tartar sauce or chicken chips and cheese baguette. If you didn't have the mushy peas, I would be so for fried fish in tartar sauce. This is just, let's add French fries into a baguette. And no, I will deal with the mushy peas. I will eat around the mushy peas. Sausage or jerk chicken pasta. That looks like some delicious pasta. I'm going with the pasta. Yeah. The curry sandwich or mysterious Brazilian scran curry sandwich. Burger or pizza. That pizza looks more appetizing than that bad burger. Smashed chorizo burger or a hot dog. I would rather the smash burger. That looks no.
Left.
Pork rib burger or fried chicken on a stick. It's fried chicken on a stick every day. Haggis pie with an iron brew, which is orange soda. Isn't iron brew just orange soda? Or jerk chicken with rice and pea. Knowing what haggis is, I have no desire to try what haggis actually is. I'd be interested in seeing and sampling what
No
an
clue on
iron
this
brew
one.
tastes like. I'm going with the jerk chicken. Yeah. Chicken share box. That looks like for chicken nuggets. Those look delicious. Versus akaraje, fried bean dumpling with shrimp, vatapa, and peppers. I think people are going to choose the chicken box. I would love the karaage, but yeah, the chicken box is going to win that. All right, last one for a perfect scran. Sausage, gherkin, and a roll. I barely see where that gherkin is under that roll, and that roll looks bad. But it's Polish, so that sausage is probably a banging good. Versus katsu chicken with chips. that Katsu chicken almost like that image almost looks like it was staged. It looks so nice. I think this is going to win. I would prefer this. I think this is going to win, though. Yeah. All right. I got the perfect scran. How many do I have? Oh, wow. I've got quite a bit. We're not going to do any of those, though. I'll wait for Xmas to come over. Let's do a round of Rule 34. Okay. Dailies are Daki or Lisanne from Fairy Tale. Daki. Never the Pokemon. I hate it. Lara Croft. Lara Croft is one of those. Parfait cookie or Blastoise? I would prefer the Blastoise over the Parfait cookie. Parfait cookie, like you're doing jail time if you chose that. Darling in the Franks. Oh, Grovyle is apparently one of those Pokemon. Kava or I'm just gonna say Kava. Wow, I should have done the VTuber. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Duquardle.
Oh my god. All right. Jinx has a lot of her, but it's low punny, which means there are some horrible perverts out there. I hope Jinx wins this. Oh my god, it wasn't even close. Bernice or Mario Togata? Bernice. Okay. Ben Bigger or Mina Mongoose? Going the bear. Wow. That was like 8 votes. Marissa or Vane? League? That was close too. Shit. Quirtle. What is Quirtle? Solve 4 words at once. Five-letter word. Games. That was a bad word. That was a bad thing for me to put in. But it was an I up there. It was an I up there. Oh, Jesus. What are we thinking? Ah, shit. Okay. It's not house. Okay. Ah. Oh. I've got no idea here. My upper left and lower right, I've got no choice on. Like, ordinary Wordle's already hard enough for me. No, that's not going to help. That's not going to help either. No, that didn't help at all. But I know where the A is now, and that one starts with an F. No, that's not going to be it at all. But that does get me letters. Okay. So it's F. F. E. A. No. F. E. A. L. Feral is one of them. Okay. And then the other one is...
Who got a word?
The other one would be either... It's not C. It's something... E. It's X. E. C-A-N. Pecan? Folio and Dizzy. Okay. 2 Z's. Ah. Yeah, this one I was doing so bad. And then Folio. I was nowhere close to Folio on that one. Okay. 2 words. 2 words. Let's... Plants vs. Zombies? Nailed it. First try. Wow. Look at that. I totally haven't gotten kind of used to what that game looks like. And that is... Oh, yeah. By number 2, I would have guessed Plants vs. Zombies if I didn't get number 1. Yeah. Yeah. Let's guess the house. Let's go a little real estate adventures. College Grove, Tennessee. College Grove, Tennessee. Let's go for... That looks relatively big. I'm going to guess around a 3,600 square foot house. That looks like at least a 2, possibly 3-car garage. You got a second floor that expands over a majority, if not the entire first floor. 670? up. Oh, this is a pricey one. I'm gonna say 2.4. Oh shit!
1,700.
Oh shit! All right, 2.4 was still not enough. 7 mil. Slightly
7M.
down. Slightly down. 4 bed, 5 bath. Slightly down from 7 mil. I'm gonna say 6.7. $6.4 million. Oh, damn, Tennessee. Damn. 2021, it's a real. Holy shit. Okay. That is a McMansion. You're golf course. Okay. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense now for the price of it. It's a golf course house. So you're on a reserved community. You have a fucking atrocious HOA. You want big, expensive fucking houses for doctors and lawyers. Yeah, 6.5 million for that. That makes more sense to me. 42. I was low on my square footage estimate. Wow, I was over it almost 1,000 square feet low on my square footage estimate. 4,200 square feet. Almost 4,300 square feet. Damn. That's at least a 3-car garage in the back there. Tennessee isn't a place where you normally get like basements, right? We'd probably see a picture of the basement in the 5 if we had one. Beautiful house, but like, I would not want to live on a golf course. Normal HOAs sound like a horrible thing to deal with. Golf course HOAs are, I wouldn't even want to know what that's like. All right, Pell City, Alabama. That is probably on a pretty patch of land. You probably can't see your neighbors on this house. So I'm going to guess 1.2 million. Much further down. Okay. 1.2 million. I'm guessing this is at least a 3, if not 4 bedroom house, though. So 640. Further down. Only have an acre. Only 1.6 acres. Okay. 310? 4 bed, 4 bath. Okay, so I was dead on the beds. 310, but it's not 640, so 378. Even more, so it's probably in the 400s. 415. 405. 1977. And you get a pool, and you get a 4-car, you get a 3-car, you get a 3-car bay rear parking garage, separate building with an extra 20 feet. Oh my God. That's a fucking, granted, you got to live in Alabama, which, yeah, you got to live in the fucking middle of nowhere for this. God damn. You get an ROTC building, so plenty of churches. Yeah, you got to live in the middle of nowhere for that kind of property, but that is a nice looking property. That is a nice looking property. If I won a lottery, if I won, $20 million lottery, I'd fucking buy it. Boyertown, Pennsylvania. Oh, I'm going to say $122,000 and 87 $870. A little higher. Okay. Small ass home. No AC. Yeah, that's just wall outlets. Wall outlets on the floorboards as well. That screams super early build, like before electricity kind of build. Retrofitted a dozen fucking times. I'm going to say 167. Still a little higher. Okay, 87. You got a nice property, though. So, hell, why not? 200 grand for the property. A little higher. Okay. 3-bed, 3-bath. 268, 597. A little lower. All right. So, yeah, built 1925. 244. 240. Final pick is, oh, you have a corner lot. Okay. Because that's the house right there. Oh, this subdivision probably got bought out by a builder and then they started leapfrogging. This is one of the holdouts. It's not bad looking. Relatively quiet little street. You do have this major throughway here, though. But you got a nice quiet side street there. You do have a garage on the back, which I don't... That's definitely connected to them. So is that your garage? There? Huh. You're back onto a field, like a baseball field, so you're probably close to a school. Small home though. 986. Let's see how the videos are doing on the channel. Oh, someone liked it. Cool. Yep, promises made. Low views. I added the shorts. Those got some traction. Not a lot of traction, but some traction. Some decent traction. I think my mistake with uploading the shorts, though, is I bulk upload them and launch them all on the same day. I should have spaced them out, like launch it this day, wait a day, launch the next day, wait a day, launch the next day, you know, that kind of thing. Instead of having them all go out at the same time. Anyway. Relatively short stream for me tonight. I will... Oh, boy. I'm not going to be able to be live on Friday. I've got plans outside of streaming. I'm going to be off stream for Wednesday and Thursday. And Wednesday, Thursday, I'm out. I'm busy Friday. Saturday and Sunday, I might stream. Let me look at my schedule real quick. Let me look at my schedule. Schedule today wasn't working. Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 10. I close on Tuesday.
I'll be out
Wednesday
of
and
town starting
Thursday.
Saturday, so limited on when I can jump on.
Hey, no worries. Friday, I'm doing a thing. So later in the day. So I probably
I'm out
won't
of
be
town,
live.
/
Yep. Saturday, Sunday, I am working 10 to 6, so I'll probably try and be on. One of those days at least is going to be with Xmas. I don't know if both of those days on the weekend, but I'll try and be on around 7:30, 8 p.m. at Central Standard Time on Saturday and Sunday. Monday, I get off work at 4 p.m., so I could probably stream. Yeah, I'll probably stream Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Maybe on Wednesday. Thursday is going to be Thanksgiving, so I'm going to be off. And then Friday next week, I won't be streaming. Saturday next week, I won't be streaming because I work at 5 a.m. on Sunday. So I'm going to need to get home and sleep right away, basically. And then on Sunday, I'll be off work by 2 p.m. So Sunday, November 30th, I will be live. So take that tentative schedule with a grain of salt because I don't know if I'm going to stick to it or not. But with all that said, thank you guys for coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed the short stream. We did the big important thing of nominating the Game Awards.
Night.
And yeah, that's it. Have a great one. I'll see you guys when I'm live next. Are you hungry? When I press this button, it should have just killed the stream. Why did it not auto stop?
It's
the stream?
zooming into the
supposed to-
microwave.
it's supposed to end the stream.